Hello guys, this is Ella Berries Africa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In our today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this simple Ankara shirt with a side drawstring. If this is what you want, please stay to the end. Thank you. So guys, without wasting much of our time, we're just going to dive into today's tutorial. So in our today's class, we are going to be needing the following tools: our scissors, our tape, our ruler, our chalk, and our fabric. I'm just using a leftover fabric from my store, so I'm going to be cutting the pattern one instead of double. So the required measurements are shoulder 16, our length 26, our waist is 36, our bust is 37, our hip is 43, our neck round is 18 inches. So I already went ahead to lay out my fabric. Yes, and I also marked the starting point. Yes, just like I told you, it's a leftover fabric. I'm supposed to be doubling it, but I did not because the fabric is not enough. I'm managing it. So I went ahead to fold in 3 inches for the button and the overlap. It's a shirt, so I fold in 3 inches. So that's the first step you do. You fold in 3 inches, just like I did, making sure it's 3 inches all through, making sure, so you measure it to be sure. So I marked my starting point. From that starting point, I'm going to be marking my vertical measurement. So from my shoulder, the first point there that I marked off already, the first point is my, yes, is my, okay, my, from my shoulder to my hemline, I marked the length, and I added 2 inches. So I'm going to use the hip divided by 4. I'm trying to form a rectangle first. I'm going to cut it out first. The hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches, that's what I did. We're just going to form a rectangle. So, and this is for the rectangle for the front panel. You mark it out just like this. Yes, after marking it out, this is a rectangle for the front bodies. So we're going to cut it. So after cutting it out, I'm just going to place it on another fabric again. I'll lay out my fabric and place it. This should be for the back panel, and I'm managing the fabric, so I'm going to leave out half inch. The back panel is supposed to be on fold, but I'm going to leave out half inch that I'll use and join it to the other side. So that's where I do that now. Half inch to join with the other side. So the back panel is supposed to be 2 inch higher than the front panel. So that's what we are marking now. So we measured out 2 inches higher than the front panel. So now we are going to move the front panel to meet that 2 inches where we marked, just like this. Making sure the fabric is well laid out. Now we are going to now slant our shoulder, because it's a shirt, it's supposed to be slanted. So we measure our shoulder, which is 16 inches. After measuring it, we'll go ahead and mark it. Divided by 2 is 8. From that folded end, we mark it out. After marking it out, we are just going to go down on the end of the shoulder by, you either go down by 1.5 inch or you go down by 2 inches. Then we are going to slant it from there. Using our ruler, we'll just draw a slanted line to the end of the shoulder, and we'll extend that line to the end of the fabric. Yes. So now we are going to cut it out using our scissors. So once we are done with that, we are just going to go ahead to lay it out, making sure it's well laid out, and then we are going to trim off the excess on the side, We'll trim off the excess fabric on the side, just like I'm doing. So after we must have done that, we are just going to go ahead now, return back this that's drag this front panel back to the hemline to meet the back panel again on the same hemline. Yes, so you see that our 2 inches is still on the upper part. So we are going to now, using our chalk, we are going to mark out half inch from that from the front shoulder down. We measure out half inch, just like this, from the front shoulder. We measure out half inch all through. You can see the way I'm ruling it. Half inch all through, just like this. Then after measuring that half inch, we just raise that back one to place it on where the half inch ended, just like this. You raise the back one to place it on where the half inch ended. As you can see, it's very, very simple. Yes, let's use our ruler to hold it because it's kind of breezy. We are filming outside, so it's breezy here. So after doing that, I'm just trying to hold it so it doesn't the breeze doesn't move it again. Yeah, I'm smoothing it out using my scissors. I'm just smoothing it out so that it stays stable. So after that, we are just going to go ahead now to mark our vertical points. We'll go ahead and mark our vertical points, just like this. We'll start by marking our shoulder round first. Our shoulder round is 16. We'll divide by 2. That is 8. You can add half inch because it's a shirt. You can add half inch if you want. If it's a man, you have to add half inch. But if you are making for a female, a woman, you just leave it that way, or you can still add if you want. So I'm marking my points now, my vertical points. From the shoulder to the armhole is 8. From the shoulder to the waist mine is 15.5. Then from the shoulder to the bust is 10. From the shoulder to the hip is 24. It's 24. So now we are done marking the vertical point. We're going to mark our round. So what you mark on your shoulder, that's what you mark on your armhole, which is the shoulder divided by 2. Shoulder divided by 2 is 60. You mark the same thing on your armhole points. Then you draw a line to meet. Then you make your curve, your simple curve, just like this. You can use your armhole curve to make it. I'm used to using my hands. That's why I'm using my hand. You can use your armhole curve, a ridgeline boning. Then next, we'll mark our bust round, which is divided by 4 plus 2 inches. Just like this. You extend that line down to the armhole, just like I did. Then you also mark your waist divided by 4. Waist divided by 4 plus 2 inch. You mark your waist divided by 4 plus 2 inch, just like this. Add 2 inch, then you join it like this. Then your hip, you do the same thing. You divide your hip by 4. Then you add 2 inches also. Use your hip curve to do this. Then you extend that line down to the hem line. Notice that we are not going to be curving the hemline because we are going to be attaching a drawstring by the side. That is why we didn't curve curve the hemline just like we always do for our blouse or shirt. So for the neck round now, a neck round of 18, you can use a width of 2.5 because I don't want it to be very tight, and a depth of 4.5. So we use it to form a rectangle in which we are going to curve inside the rectangle just like I'm doing. You curve it like this. Very simple. You curve it out. Curve on the upper part and also on the lower part. Just like this. So it's a width of 2.5. That's what we used. So we're just going to go ahead now and cut it out. Hope you guys saw it very well. My camera was, I didn't know my camera was too fast, so you guys should just manage it that way. So I'm going to cut it out. Don't cut on the back panel. You cut only on the front panel first. Be careful not to cut on the back panel. It's just the front panel that I'm cutting from the lower part. It's on the upper part that I'm going to cut the back panel, just like you can see. This is when I'm cutting the back panel, just like this. Be careful not to cut both the back and front panel when you are cutting the lower part. Just be very, very careful. Okay, now I'm going to cut out the excess on the front panel. Just cut this excess like this. Cut it out. So now we're going to make the front armhole curve. You measure from the distance of the shoulder to the armhole point, and you get the midpoint. You come in by half an inch, then you make your curve for the front panel. This is done in order to remove the armhole bulge, so it doesn't bulge around the armhole. So that's why we did it. So it's just half inch in. So this one is for the back panel, and why this one is for. So we are going to go ahead to cut out the back panel first. We'll cut out the back panel just like this, the armhole curve for the back panel, and then we'll go ahead to cut we'll cut out the sides. So once we are done cutting out the sides, we are just going to go ahead now to cut out the armhole for the front panel. We'll start by notching the end of the shoulder from the back. Let me put it very well so that you guys will be seeing it. So you fold it like this. You start cutting from that back. Yes, from that back panel. You know the back panel is coming to the front by 2 inches. So from that 2 inches notch, from that back panel, just the way I'm holding it, hold it up, lift up the front panel. Make sure they are pinned together. You pin it down with your one hand, then use the other hand and your scissors to cut out the front panel, just like this. The armhole for the front panel. So you can see what we got now. So this is for the back panel, while this is for the front. This is the back panel, which will be cut in two. We'll place it on the fabric and cut it again for the other side, while this one will also place it on the fabric again to cut for the other side. So we have gone ahead now. We are placing our fabric again. So we'll place the front panel with front sides facing each other. We are looking for a part that is suitable, that could fit it, because the fabric is not enough. We are managing it just like I said from the beginning. So we'll just go ahead placing the front side facing each other, and then make sure it's well placed, and then we'll use our scissors to to cut it out. So after cutting the second part of the front panel, we are just going to go ahead and do the same thing for the back panel. We'll place out or lay out our fabric and place the back panel on it. Exactly the way we did for the front panel. We lay it out like this, front side facing that's the front face of the fabric facing the front face of the fabric, and then we are going to cut it out. Make sure it's well laid out. And then we cut it out. So once we are done with this now, we have cut out the two back piece and the two front piece. So now we're going to head over to cutting out the shirt neck. So to cut out the shirt neck, first of all, we are cutting on our pattern paper. Well, you have to use your pattern paper to cut it. And for a neck round of 18, we'll start by marking out our starting line. We'll mark out our starting line like this, on this side and on this side. Yes, just like this. Mark your starting line on both ends so that you get a straight line. So after that, for a neck round of 18, we are going to divide by 2 plus 1 inch. 18 divided by 2 plus 1 inch. 18 divided by 2 is 9, plus 1 inch is 10. So that's what we are going to do. We'll mark it. Well, we are going to be using a collar stand of 1.5 inch. So that's what we are marking. We are going to mark it down to where we have our 10 inch. We use our ruler to join it. My marker is now bent. So I'm trying to highlight it so you guys can see it. Let me bring the camera close so you guys can see it very well. So on this point here, I'm going to go in by 1.25 inch and I'm going to come down here by 0.5 inch so I can make my collar stand curve just like this. So I'm trying to highlight it. This marker just went faint and I don't have an extra marker, so maybe I might be using my pen so that you guys can see it clearly. Let me get my pen so you guys can see it clearly. Yes, so I'm just using my pen to highlight it very well for you guys. You can see I'm making my collar stand curve. So where that curve ended, we are going to draw a straight line measuring 3 inches. It depends on how wide, how long you want it. It could be 2.5, it could be 3, could even be 2, depending on what you want. So but for mine, I'm using 3 inches, and on this end here, 3 inches. Then on this end here, I'm going to come down by 2 inches. I'm going to make it 2 inches, and I'll join the points together. After I must have done that, I'll come to this point here and go out by half an inch, just half an inch. Then I'll join it back into that curved point. Then extend my line to meet that point too, just like this. Then on the stand here, I'm going to, on the center front, I'm going to go up by half inch, going by half inch. Then I'll rule it to meet the curved round, just like this. You rule it to meet the curved round. So with this, we are done. We are going to go ahead to cut it. So this is for a cut together collar stand. I have a detailed tutorial on how to cut a shirt collar. So if you want, I'm going to drop the link on the description box, so you can go there and pick it. So we are going to go ahead now and cut this out. So this is our pattern piece. This is our pattern piece is going to be cut on fold. We are going to cut it on fold, adding half inch all around the pattern on our fabric. So the sleeve length is 10. We want to mark out the sleeve length. I already went ahead to fold my fabric. The sleeve length is 10, while the sleeve mouth is 13. So I'm going to mark that. So I'll first of all mark out 2 inches for our hemming, sleeve hemming. Then I'll come out and get our 10 inch. Then after that, I'm just going to make my normal curve like this. I have a detailed tutorial on how to make a sleeve. I'm going to drop the link in the description box. If you want it, you just go there and pick it. So I'll go in and fold this in the hemline. Then you measure your sleeve round. My sleeve round is 13 divided by 2 is 6.5, and I'm adding out 2 inches because it's a shirt sleeve. So I'll go ahead and cut it out now. So we'll notch this part and also notch here. So after that, I'm going to go ahead, open it out. So measure this part, one part like this, and get the midpoint. To get the midpoint, so this is 11. So the midpoint is around 5.5. So on that 5.5, you come in by 0.75 inch. Then you blend it into the center front like this, and to the side of the sleeve. So you cut it out. So this is just one. So you indicate that this is a front part. Yes. So this is one part of the sleeve. We are going to use this to cut the other sleeve, and then we'll cut the. So guys, with this, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. If you have been watching me to this moment, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And if you want to watch the sewing video, Please just click on the link below so you can see the sewing video. Bye.